I'm Vanida Imran.
I'm Shukri Tahir.
I'm Nina Nadira.
I'm Fatih Shafi'i.
I'm Rizwan Matno.
My name is Hanura Akbar.
I'm Akasha Azri and I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
Ever since the pandemic took over, the COVID-19 public health measures and lockdowns most negatively affect those who are socio-economically disadvantaged.
The pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health and the world of work.
The pandemic has been affecting the entire food system and has laid bare its fragility. It has decimated jobs and placed livelihoods at risk. Only together can we overcome the intertwined health, social, and economic impacts of the pandemic.
Now is a time for national solidarity and support from all of us.
The Allied Coordinating Committee of Islamic NGOs, or through its customary acronym ACCIN, a non-government organization establishment, have given us the chance in helping the unfortunate individuals in Malaysia and to improve their unfortunate state.
Since 2001, over 20 Islamic NGOs have joined ACCIN over the years and now are recognized as main members of this movement.
With this, ACCIN have come forward with a special attempt in assisting and improving those in need in the shape of the project, Jom Kongsi Pahala. In this effort, religious leaders, activists, and academicians have joined forces in terms of knowledge, expertise, and capability in achieving a society that revolves around muhibah.
Through Jom Kongsi Pahala that we kick off this July, ACCIN is encouraging the nation that the time has come to lend a helping hand in aiding the groups that are marginalized or rather ignored in terms of education, welfare, and continuous community development.
Let us aspire together to try and make Malaysia whole again. We urge you to make the most of this opportunity, as we all would need each other to survive through this long haul of misfortunes that has since stifled our ways of life in so many ways.
You can help by donating just RM1 for the Jom Kongsi Pahala project.
RM1.
RM1.
Only RM1.
This effort will give us the opportunity to change not only Muslim life, but the life of our brothers and sisters from various backgrounds for the better.
Jom Kongsi Pahala.
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 Jom kongsi pahala. Alhamdulillah. Right. So here we go this morning. Now, Bismillah, Alhamdulillah. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A very good morning to everyone. My name is Elaine Aisyah and I'm the moderator for today's discussion. Alhamdulillah, this is my pleasure, really my pleasure to see everyone on this very, very beautiful Sunday morning. And not only the weather, it's so beautiful. Look at the sun out there. With us today, we have so many, many beautiful souls and incredible, amazing personalities, and who have been doing so much of amazing work for the causes that closest to all your hearts. Right. So on behalf of ACCIN, the Allied Coordinating Council of Islamic NGOs, the organizers for today's wawancara, I would like to extend our warmest welcome to all of you to today's discussion, Poverty Matters. So before we begin, allow me to introduce everyone here. I'm sure all of you have met each other maybe not physically, because I think it's been like more than a year we've been in the lockdown situation, but somehow I think maybe you have met each other online. So who is with us today? Okay, first of all we have Yang Berbahagia IR Muhammad Jamaludin, Shamsudin, our CEO for ACCIN. Haji Jamal, you're there? All right, good.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam. Okay, good to see you. All right. And then we have Yang Berbahagia Datuk Munirah Abdul Hamid, the President of Pertiwi. Datuk there? Hi, good to see you, Datuk. And then we have Madam Ko Yen Ping, a very passionate volunteer representing Tzuchi Charity Foundation. Hi, Madam Ko. Good to see your very sweet smile. Right.
Hello,
and
morning.
we have, right, morning. Puan Faridah, unit paksi for Yayasan Ikram. Puan ada ke sana?
Yes,
Alright,
Assalamualaikum, morning.
Waalaikumsalam, morning. Okay, then we have Cik Niza Hanis, co-founder for Project Kasih for You.
Hello, good morning. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Good to see all of you. Last but not least, Cik Ahmad Hamizan, representing Global Peace Mission, GPM.
Hello, Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Okay, good to see you. Right. All right, so yeah, today we are on a very interesting topic. Yeah. So before we get into this topic, I would like to invite Haji Jamal to maybe say a few words as to kickstart the discussion.
Inshallah. Assalamualaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Alhamdulillah, Puan Elaine ya, pengurusi majlis pada hari ini, Puan Rafidah Harun Hashim, program coordinator dan juga pengurus besar ACCIN ya. Dan beliau juga bendahari ACCIN, Datuk Munirah, Soup Kitchen ya, Datuk Munirah, kita banyak mendengar pasal Soup Kitchen. And then we have also Miss Ko Yi Peng from Tzuchi Volunteer Humanitarian Group, and we have wakil-wakil ya, daripada GPM, Yayasan Ikram ya, Kasih for You, Haji Darul Fitrah, I think tak ada Darul Fitrah, dan juga Pertubuhan Ikram Malaysia. Pertubuhan Ikram Malaysia pun kita aktif ya. Saya pengurusinya, Presiden, Puan Rafidah dan yang lain-lain merupakan ataupun aktif dalam kerja-kerja kebajikan, terutamanya kampung-kampung asli di sekitar kawasan Selangor ni. So alhamdulillah, I noticed that today's topic is very relevant, a topic that was inspired after I was talking to Datuk Munirah, where ACCIN dengan di Buddhist Vihara Brickfields telah bekerjasama untuk memberi makanan kepada 200-300 people. So we got the help of Datuk Munirah to assist in the food distribution, and I thought that we have not really spoken, tak ada majlis, tak ada perbincangan mengenai the challenges of feeding the poor. Yeah, there was no discussion, so we decided to call all of us, especially all of you yang very experienced in the field, so that we can today try to compare notes and find ways of doing things effectively lah, insyaAllah. So my focus is macam Datuk Munirah ni, Soup Kitchen, Datuk, we have heard of Soup Kitchen for the past 15 years really, but we're not sure which kitchen and which soup. So you know, we knew very highly about it. So today insyaAllah we hope you can share with us. And I think there's a lot of other people out there who wants to help, but they don't know how to help. Yeah, as volunteers ke, people who want to give funding dan sebagainya. We hope that the sharing of information today will help in our future work. Yeah, and for Tzuchi, Tzuchi Foundation, I've heard of Sesi a long time too. Yeah, Sesi's experience all over the world. Yeah, a fantastic, professional humanitarian group based in Taiwan, but Malaysia we also have the Sesi group all over in Malaysia, every state. Yeah, and I was honoured for us and ACCIN and GPM, yeah, Yayasan Ikram Malaysia to come together to work with Tzuchi to help the frontliners in the hospitals, COVID hospitals. Yeah? So, Alhamdulillah, we worked together. There was 20 organizations, multi-faith organizations that worked together to raise funds. And with the strong backing of Tzuchi, we have managed to, since early June, until now, we have collected more than 19 million ringgit. And most of the money has been dispersed in the form of equipment to hospitals for ICUs, ventilators, oxygen tanks, and so on. A tremendous effort by this multi-faith group, driven, I would say, by Tzuchi Foundation. Then we are also, inshallah, I have a statement where we are going to have a fundraising concert on the 11th of September. So ACCIN menyokong concert ni, which is called the Raising of Hope for the Malaysian Solidarity Fund Against COVID-19. 11 September at 8 p.m. malam, online concert for 3 hours. We have a lot of people coming in, and then we will be doing fundraising in the course of the Malaysian Solidarity Fund Against COVID-19. Dan kami merayu kepada semua untuk menderma dengan murah hati bagi tujuan ini. Usaha ini adalah inisiatif 20 NGO pelbagai agama dan bekerjasama untuk satu Malaysia. Ya. Dan frontliners dan pekerja kesihatan amat memerlukan sokongan dan dorongan bagi memastikan kejayaan mereka untuk menyelamatkan nyawa Malaysia, orang Malaysia, rakyat Malaysia. So together we hope to continue to help ourselves. And finally, the area of focus, I think for today, I mean some of the notes that we have is to discuss the extent of problems of poverty faced by Soup Kitchen and other organizations, Tzuchi, Kasih for You, in feeding the poor. And it will be good for us to understand the psychology or the difficulty of these people. So the discussion today will be santai. Kalau boleh kita ada kisah-kisah, cerita-cerita that will inspire us to help these unfortunate people. And then the process, the preparation of the food and all that is of interest to all of us. And then the funding challenges, how do you get funding and how do we raise funds for it? And the difficulties associated with fundraising. Yeah? Kemudian one issue I think Datuk Faridah pun mention is the issue of wastage. Because of lack of coordination tu kan, everybody bertumpu tu satu tempat tu, tengok tak cukup customer. Padahal tempat lain, there is a lot of requirements. So how do you avoid this wastage and lack of coordination? We would like to study, and how to overcome this and what's the way forward. Inshallah, we hope and pray to God Almighty that He will help us as a nation to take us out from this triple whammy. I call it triple whammy. Whammy pertama ialah the health pandemic. The second is the economic pandemic, which is tremendous. And the third is the political pandemic. So all three came at the same time and put a big burden and challenge on the people of Malaysia. And we hope that Allah will make it easy for all of us, inshallah. I wish the best in this deliberation and to understand, appreciate, and to do a better job in helping our poor. kita jaga kita. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Elaine?
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very much, Haji Jamal, for the very straightforward, very simple and straightforward opening. And I'm so excited to hear from everyone here this morning, because from apa yang Haji Jamal share tadi, we know of like snippets of what everyone is doing, so we want to hear more. In fact, from my very personal knowledge about poverty, I think poverty at the very surface, maybe orang nampak, oh, it's just lacking of money to buy food or to shelter. But after spoken to some of your the panelists here today, I really realized that there are actually a lot more deeper issues and a deeper sentiment into this topic. Yeah, and if you look at the statistics from what we saw on the news, the statistics had actually for poverty statistics in Malaysia had actually increased. From what I read, from last year to 2019, it was 400 over 1,000 household to about 600 over 1,000 household in 2020. So it's actually increased from 5.6% to about 8.4%. So Alhamdulillah, we have a lot of good people with good hearts here, just like we have here this morning, who is going to share with us. So before we talk about organizations, we know a lot of organizations now actually doing a lot of food distributions and then a lot of charity work. But all these organizations actually start with individuals. So I would like to start off our discussion by having Madam Ko Yean Peng, who is representing Tzuchi Charity Foundation this morning, to share with us. I know she's a very busy woman. She's a mom. She's a wife. She's a daughter. She has to take care of her family, but yet she spends so much time. When I spoke with her yesterday at 5 o'clock, she baru je habis a Zoom call like from morning, and it's like, you know, doing a lot of Zoom update with, you know, her charity works. So let's hear from Madam Ko. What actually keeps you going, or how you started this, and what keeps you going until today after 10 years? Over to you, Yean Peng.
Thank you all the panelists, all the audience. May I share the screen, my photo screen?
Sure.
Okay.
I'm sure you have a lot of nice photos to share with us. And it's always good to have photos.
Madam, your sound is not clear. I think
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hear me?
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
Cool. Right.
Okay.
Or maybe increase the volume. Yeah.
Okay, can you hear? All right. So then, how I keep on this charity or voluntary work? Actually, I am this chemist. I work in this one of the water treatment Japanese company for 28 years. I'm working lady. Then I have 3 children. Then I be a Tzuchi volunteer since year 2007. What's the reason I continue until now? This is maybe I take maybe 3 minutes to share about my background.
All right.
Can from here you can see this is my son. He's autism. He's an autistic son. So then I came to my life in 1996. Okay, so and from then onward, actually, it's a challenging of my life, because he had no language, and then he has this disorder behavior, and then a lot of learning difficulties. I can't come out from the suffering until I met Sesi, until I walked into the suffering world. It's a real suffering. So then from then and there onwards, I realized that, oh, my problem or the suffering I thought before is my suffering actually is a very small thing. So comparisonly to the outside suffering world. Okay, so then first the suffering place I entered on called hell. It's really a hell. I do not know whether have you been to this Kuala Kubo Baru hospital, this disabled hospital. It's a Tanjung Sina Harapan. So then the patient inside there all with severe mental disorder and then the physical disorder. Okay, when the first I entered into the hospital as a volunteer, I still can remember the smell of urine and the feces, and then the screaming sounds from the patient. So then there was one child, at that time he was 5 years old, the one in year 2007. So then the whole body cannot move, only 2 eyes can move. He was lying on the bed. So then why he become like this? Because the parent dropped him from the 8th floor to the ground. So then he become the total permanent disabled, the brain damage, and then cannot grow anymore. So then he was sent to this hospital.
It was so heartbreaking.
For that moment, I saw this child. I asked myself, I say, I'm so blessed. So my child, he still can speak, he still can walk, he still can have these simple take care of himself. So when I go back home, after the activities, the Send Love, I reached my house. So then my son at that time, he came out to open the gate for my car. So I break into tears because I understand that the problem which I enlarged it for the maybe past 10 years of my life, I cannot come out. Actually, all these are very small things.
Right.
We actually can do a lot of more to the society. Besides, we just conquer in our problem we thought is a big problem.
I think that's really a very good highlight, Yen Peng, because yeah, maybe during this COVID, a lot of people were, because of the lockdown, extended lockdown and all that, maybe people have been like, living in their very own zone and thinking that, oh, I'm so unfortunate and all that. But we look at outside, actually there are more unfortunate people that are actually waiting to be helped, right? And it's actually, yeah, so that's really great.
Yes.
So how did you then that was like before, and then but like now, what keeps you still going?
Yes, when we really go into the community, we go into the poverties and all these, we knew that actually there are a lot of people that are waiting for us to give a helping hand. So this is one of the stories because for the since 2007, we have this good collaboration with the school to help those underprivileged students. Right. Okay, Tzuchi actually helped them in terms of their makan in the canteen. So their makan in the canteen is paid by Tzuchi. Then there's a tambang bus paid by Tzuchi. And then some they put in their studies and we even pay for their tuition fee and all this. It's just so important to let all these underprivileged students, they can continue in a safe and peace study life. There were three these siblings. So it was given the information by the SJKT Serdang. I'm the Serdang community, these volunteers of Tzuchi.
Right.
My community is in Serdang. He said these 3 children, they have been 3 months, 3 bulan tidak pergi ke sekolah. So then the school keep on looking for them to know what happened to these 3 adik-beradik. So then they given us this address. We call also cannot get, so kita pergi rumah dia. So then, fortunately that day the mother is at home. Is a single mother. So then 3 adik-beradik. So is Form 1. Then one is Standard 5 and another one Standard 2. So 3 tidak pergi rumah kerana mak tidak mampu bayar tambang bas lagi. So bas sekolah tak mau bawa mereka. So then we ask the mother, so 3 anak ini tidak pergi sekolah, so then what will happen to them 5 years later? So maybe they will be part of the gangsterism, maybe they will be the drug addicts. So then from there onwards, actually these words actually is always in my heart. If we only take care of our own family or even our own children, so then if the outside world is not peace, others people's family was not taking care, others people's children was not learn well, not teach well, not study well, they do not have ability to going on their life so-called safely. So then the society won't be peace, won't be tidak akan selamat. Right. So then our children, our family is like the meat in the mouth of the tiger. Meat in the mouth of the tiger, anytime boleh dimakan. So then maybe we stay in the gated community, or kita ingat kita selamat. When we step out of the gated community, so then maybe 500 meters from us, that one is a low-cost house already. So then there is a full of poverty, full of these social problems. So the children, the underprivileged children and family, all these actually is closely related to us. So then this is one of the realization. So then this is one of the reason why we keep on going the voluntary work.
Amazing. Okay, we'll take a break from here, as in we'll come back to your slides later, madam.
Okay.
This is really good, because what I can see from why you step into this community, helping a lot of people, but what keeps you going, it's also from your very much self-realization, seeing there are actually people who are actually worse than your condition that you were in. It was really amazing. We'll come back to your slides later. All right.
So sharing?
Yes. And yeah, I think that's a very amazing, inspiring story, sharing. At the same time, I was also talking to Datuk Munirah yesterday, and from her voice, her passion, oh my God, I really felt it on that very short 15 minutes call. And from what I read, I also know that Datuk Munirah actually has been involving in community charity works since your teenage time, yeah, Datuk Munirah, like since teens. From one of the articles, 17, and somehow it's like
now, and
oh my God, mashallah.
4 years of volunteering.
Right. So since teens, like dragged by your sisters, so-called, right? Dragged by your sisters into
because
this.
I was a dropout. I dropped out of school at 15.
Right, amazing. So maybe you want to tell us, like we saw a lot of photos and updates on the Facebook, like Pertiwi Soup Kitchen. There are a lot of activities now, especially during this pandemic. Perhaps you can share with us, like what's the day-to-day, how this food is being prepared, and from rural, from urban to rural. Yeah, tell us.
Hello everyone, Assalamualaikum, good morning. I'm orang tua, okay? So my journey has been very different, yeah? I was dragged into Pertiwi by my sisters because I was the naughty one who dropped out of school at 15. So they wanted me to be aware of other people's problems and sufferings. And even my mom, taught me that you have to look around us. So since the age of 17, I've been involved with Pertiwi. And now at 71, I'm the president. So the problems back then were different. It was all in the rural areas. Now with the rural to urban migration, the problems are now in the city. That to address the problems in the city is different, yeah? So which was why we started the soup kitchen. When you start with feeding, you get to know people better. Just like you and your friends, you normally say, let's go for a drink. When you go for a drink, you get to know your friends better. So this is our gentle way of getting to understand society and the problems. Soup kitchen, yes, you address the issue of hunger. At the same time, you get to know, because poverty is not just about hunger. Poverty is multifaceted. It's got so many underlying issues. No country has solved the issue of poverty. It is an ongoing effort to address one by one. When we try to address one, another 20 issues surface. But that doesn't mean you don't address. So what people see normally is about hunger. And everyone rushes to try and feed. The problem in KL at the moment is an excess of food being given. So which is why you see in the video, we are going outside of KL. to places like construction sites where, you know, people are not earning because the construction has stopped. That's what we're trying to do, to try and provide food for them. The ones in KL is very organized, actually. The scheduled feeding, which is handled by DBKL, the NGOs are already given, you know, their slots and what they do. And most of the homeless and poor know where to collect their food. So what you see frequently being viral are just, you know, people who like to come and give more and more food to the extent where it becomes like a pesta. We said, don't do that, please. Listen, let us just do things the way it is being organized. But because there is no law actually to make them cooperate, so they don't. They say, peduli apa duit aku, you see? So now the issue is sometimes, even during Ramadan or even now, food and assistance is being given to the extent where it is all piled up. We say, please, sabar, you know, let us do it. We're going in for, this is the long haul, yeah. We have to be ourselves, make sure that our efforts are sustainable. Nisa, for example, has chosen to go and help elsewhere because there are always pockets of people in need. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to come to the city, but the city is so easy. You know, you just say, oh, they're there, go and give, you see. So sometimes, as I was telling you yesterday, you know, I even tegur budak-budak tu, why, kenapa lari pergi ambil tu? Saja nenek seronok. So it has become like that. It has become a fun thing. The minute a car comes, you run, you see. And the people giving, they like to video it and circulate it. I get from friends all over the world telling me, you know, why aren't you helping? I said, for goodness sake, we are helping. It is organized, but there are others who just want to come and do. And at the end, we have wastage. Now, poverty is very serious. The children, for example, this will be a lost generation. Yeah, the kids have stopped going to school. They're not going to school. Yeah, you say, okay, there are online lessons. You say we provide, you know, some mobile phones or whatever, you know, so that they can follow the lessons. But there may be 4 of them in the family. So they go in and out of the online classrooms and they cannot follow their lessons. Eventually they give up. So on the one hand, you've got what sounds like an ideal solution, but in reality, it is not. So the only way to know what the challenges they're actually facing is to ask them. Don't second guess it. You second guess it, you're going to be giving solutions which you think is needed by them, but which is not practical. Now, I keep telling the people who want to help every time bagi food. Stop doing that. Get to know that. Even if you get to know 4 people or 3 people or even one family, at least you are helping that one family. You know, don't try and say, I'm going to give food to 300 people, 1,000 people. No, you're not getting to know them. You are probably giving the 20th meal pack. So any social work that you want to do takes time. You must have your passion. You must have the commitment to put in that time to understand the people you're helping. You know, it doesn't have me after 54 years, I'm still learning. I'm still learning what to do. I don't know everything. So be humble when you're trying to help because you're learning as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's
so
really,
that's what it is.
Thank you so much, Datuk Munirah. I think that's really good point. Just not just like, you know, pure distribution and not knowing what you mentioned, like really get down to understand them. I think the communications, giving the extra that care, talking to them, sometimes just a pat on the shoulder and talk to them, that really makes a lot of difference to them.
but don't talk in a condescending tone, because they you know, some students come out and say, apa sebab kamu jadi begini? Adakah apa punca yang jadi kamu jadi begini? Oh no, that's so wrong.
Right. So Dato, you mentioned about some of the challenges, for example, like wastage, right? So I'm just curious, as in like now on daily basis, you and your team actually have the I'm sure you have like a workflow where food were being prepared from raw ingredient to cooking to packing and to distribute. So the process, maybe you can elaborate a little bit more, and how do you avoid the wastage part?
On our part, because as I said, it's scheduled. It is already, you know, the DBKR has their schedule. It's given every month for us. How many, whatever, where do we drop off? We drop off at many places. And we also have our own schedule based on our, you know, for the blind masseuse, for this place and that. It's all very scheduled and organized. What we cannot control is when people come and give on top of that. For example, you know, the place where we are distributing under DBKR, which is at Medan Tuanku, and that is Pusat Pembelajaran Community Childcare. Now that one, you know, even though we already have our schedule, there are always the ad hoc groups that suddenly come with more and more food. And then while we are inside, a car will come and pull over and just still give out. So another car will come, another car will come. Sometimes it's just, you know, every half an hour is not funny. So chances are the person receiving will open. Oh, nasi goreng tak nak lah. Oh, ada ayam, saya ambil ayam saja. Oh, ini apa ni, vegetarian tak nak lah. You know, so it becomes like that. So we find discarded food along the 5 foot way. You know, Nisa knows that. He's seen that before. Those who have done the feeding understand it, and it is so sad. We tell them not to do it, coordinate, they turn around and get very angry with us.
Right. I'm sure there's a lot of learning. I mean, it's interesting to listen to all these stories, and I can see that it's a lot of fun at the same time, a lot of fun while we help people. Okay, let's come back to Madam Yean Peng. I think Madam Yean Peng just now had a few story to share with us, maybe very quick, maybe says like about 2 minutes. Maybe Yean Peng, you can just share with us the 2 stories that you wanted and you have prepared for us.
Can I share?
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Datuk Munirah. We'll come back to you shortly.
Thank you.
Yeah. Just very quick one, because we spoke about like how, you know, reaching out to people really on the ground. So I believe you being on the ground almost every day, you've seen a lot of real life examples, and also true kisah benar, true story. Yeah, maybe just highlight 1 or 2. That would be great before we get down to other panelists.
Okay. Maybe I share one of the story of these Tzuchi long-term care recipients.
Yeah, I think that'll be good. Just maybe one story from them.
Because as what Datuk Munirah said, that so then how so-called effectively we can change the life of people, not only by just giving wedang-wedang bagi food and makanan sahaja. So this is the story of one of our care recipients. So then in Sedang, in my community, you can see here.
Oh my God, what happened?
Because now she actually our volunteer already now. This was 8 years ago. So now he still is our care recipients, but now he also our volunteer. So the husband drunk, domestic violence, and then so then he brought these chromosome triple X is a severe handicap daughter and a son. At that time, the son only 2 years old, and then he's only 6 months. Then went back to the mother house. So then she cannot work because have to 24 hours take care of this child. So the father is just a retiree from UPM with a very minimum gaji, the retiring gaji. So then through hospital, this JKM. So then we volunteer step in. So then he become the care recipient. So I am the case, this leader take care of this case.
Right.
When that time we saw her 8 years ago, she actually full of worries. She said, how can I bring up these 2 children? I hate the husband, very hate the worry about the children, then the angry. So also she feels shame, can't face the relative, friends and neighbors. So he asked me, why me? Why does God punish me like this? So then by giving the monthly, this monetary, give this money to help, then we help her to apply for this JKM bantuan and all this. So then the important for us actually how to guide her to come out of the help of his inside, and then to enrich dari segi kerohanian. So then we guide her saying that actually you can tanam pahala. That just so we show start, you say kongsi pahala. Kongsi pahala. Yes, kongsi pahala through your condition. So then you actually can practice this environmental protection. You simpan semua recyclables yang ini. So then actually it's a kongsi pahala. So then she start doing it. Okay. So then when we have this recycling day every month at our this in our this taman or in our this recycling center. So then he bring the son come here to join us. Wow. So okay, but she realized that garbage become gold. Sampah boleh tukar jadi emas, emas jadi kasih sayang, boleh tolong orang lain. So she can save people and the earth by practicing environmental protection. Then her heart become enriched. Then some more then we also guide her saying that although you tak ada gaji, you ambil bantuan dari Tzuchi, dari JKM, dari you punya ayah, tapi you pun boleh kongsi pahala. Dengan setiap hari 10 sen sahaja you taruh dalam celeng ini. Ini dia punya anak suka sangat itu celeng. Ini Tzuchi give every so-called care recipient this celeng. Sehari 10 sen sahaja. Every day small sum of the donation, then you can cultivate great love, great kindness. Then you boleh kongsi pahala. So she did it. And even the whole family, they have 4 tabung, the mother and all this, they do it. Okay. So then she start refer the neighbor case to us. This is dia perseorangan, ini 80 tahun, ini nenek. So then dia jatuh, so then dia tak boleh jaga diri dia. Guna start to masak untuk dia. So then we also step in, also together to help this neighbor. Then another neighbor. This also is karena accident. So then wife dia tak mau dia, so dia pindah balik rumah dia. So then guna refer this case, then it become our care recipient. This our Tzuchi doctor come here to help. Then she become the translator because this family they cannot speak bahasa and English, cannot communicate effectively. So she become this so-called the translator. So now she is our volunteer. She have go through the volunteer training, so she has Tzuchi uniform now. So this is one of the so-called typical case. The Tzuchi care recipients. Our objective is not just giving the physical in terms of money or food. The long-term taking care is how to guide them and accompany them to become so-called rich in so-called insight and rohani. Right, this is one of the case.
Thank you so much for sharing this real life story of Madam Guna. I'm personally so touched seeing these photos. Thank you so much for seeing these photos really touches a lot of hearts, I believe. And yeah, like you say, it's not just like giving, but it's deep down more, a lot more layer to look at.
So now he forgive the husband. So there's no more fears in his heart. So previously he cannot sleep. So every moment, so the other nampak husband dia datang nak ambil balik anak dia, so full of fears and angers and all this. Now he already let go. So then because he transformed the angers and the fears and the hate into love. So actually it's a full transformation.
very good example to share with everyone. Thank you so much. Now, looking at those photos, right, I also see a lot of happy women, you know, from sad faces to very happy faces of many women. That reminds me of a conversation with Cik Niza yesterday from Kasih for You. That Cik Niza, you there, right? Yeah, good. I was talking to Cik Niza, and they have a very interesting initiative where they call it Making Mothers Happy every Sunday. Kan, betul tak? I said something like, I remember like, oh, why not we make mothers, all the mothers happy, at least on Sunday, at least on Sunday. Now, we would like to have Cik Niza, and if you're the founder of Kasih for You, Puan Normaliza is there as well. Maybe you can share with us, like, how did this Making Mothers Happy every Sunday idea came about, and what are you guys doing? Over to you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, a little bit of Kasih for You. We started in 2013, feeding the homeless people. Datuk Munirah was instrumental in that because Liz attended one of your programs, came back and said, we got to do this, we got to do this. So since 2013, so we've gone through a lot, but to cut the story short, Project Kasih for You, we were actively feeding every Tuesday at Medan Tuanku. And then we found with the PKP MCO, we found that it's not convenient for us anymore because I'm a high risk. And then if I get caught really bad, you know. So decided to move our activities to where we're staying, which is in Bangi. And after some thought, then we decided that we want to do Project Kasih for You at school, at sekolah. And the whole idea is to take away the burden of preparing lunch for mothers of school children, and the family was affected by this COVID lockdown and all this economic spiraling up and down, you know. And when we did that, it was for 100 packs of meals, and it came down to about 20 families maybe. So when we prepare meals for the family, at least the mothers only prepare rice, and they can spend more time with the other children, housekeeping, you know, doing all kinds of other things. So I thought it was kind of cool, you know. I thought it was kind of cool to have mothers take time off on a Sunday, you know. And but the whole idea, the bigger idea about this is actually to provide meals for children who are affected by the COVID, by the lockdown. And at the same time, we want to create interest among schools through the PIBG and other supporting groups to initiate volunteerism among that sector. Teachers, parents get involved in volunteerism. And when we start, the initial stage is to have it in school, but gradually to be community service. So gradually 3 years down the road or something, people can come and have, they know they can come for help in schools. But the whole idea of to have mothers take time off on Sunday, I think is quite novel. We're having fun doing that actually. Today is a day, Sunday, but because of the lockdown and Bangi has a very high COVID incidences, we decided to just give cash for now, so that people do not get affected by this. You know, but we do have, as you can see, you know, we do have other activities going to the construction areas, giving out food packs. We go down to the flats. We have our pack barangan dapur. We still have that. We give out coupons to Indonesian families, about 50 ringgit each. Yesterday we gave out chicken, about 25 or 30 frozen chicken.
Wow.
Yesterday also we managed to get a few thousand ringgit worth of funding to. Hey, Munirah, that's you. Korban. We also had korban meat, and we shared it with Pertiwi because we were not cooking, so we give you meat. Remember this, Munirah? And then so we have fun doing a lot of things. We also try to help single parents, single families affected by COVID to start small businesses if they want to do. We hold in their hands for a few months and then we let them go, provided they adhere to some of our requirements. So, Alhamdulillah, it's been very, very stimulating to say the least. It's very challenging because the challenges keep coming up. It keeps coming up, and we have to be consistent.
Right.
But that's about it.
That's so good. That's so good. I really like the idea of reaching from school, and then from there we what you have in mind is to cultivate that kind of a practice. Then inshallah there are more schools will be doing that.
Yeah, more schools.
That's really good. So, but moving forward, besides that, is there any other activities or projects that you have in mind that maybe in long run, or anything you want the community to, maybe you need more, I don't know, like manpower or what kind of assistance?
Okay, for Project Kasih For You, we have sort of plan up to 2035.
Wow.
We have a plan for up to 2035 to be more instrumental in the community, to develop small communities like what Datuk Munirah said. Feeding after 7 years of feeding on the streets, we decided that hey, there are other people who need more help. People who live in the flats, who are from broken families. Mothers who are lost, they don't know what to do next. And my founder, Normaliza, she's a licensed counselor. So one of the things that we want to do is to take families out of this poverty cycle, through counseling, education, things like that, team building activities. We want to take them out because our background, we're in training. So we have more or less the resources that we can utilize to develop human capital, and we want to take them out. We want to motivate their children to leave that cycle and be contributing citizens in the future. So we more or less have sat down and we are working on a 15-year plan. 15-year plan up to 2035. So a couple of things I cannot reveal all. It's not. It's not there yet.
Right.
But we're moving one step at a time. Istiqomah. Many years ago, Liz used the word istiqomah, and she shared with me what is istiqomah, and it stuck to me, and that's one of the things that is, istiqomah, consistently doing and always finding. Every week we find new things to improve. We feed 50 times a year, much less than what Pertiwi is doing, of course. But every week we find that we did something wrong or we could improve on something else. So we have to improve and improve. But we are very happy to be part of the community we're staying in. And now we have people who call us and say, can you help me with this and can you help me with that? And so okay, we'll do that.
MashaAllah. All right, thank you so much for sharing. We won't ask you to review more, but we'll follow you on Facebook, on Kasih For You page, so that we constantly get updates on the progress, inshallah. Okay, again. All right, so with that also, we already saw that the contributions and the effort that from our previous few panelists in terms of like not just food, but into mental health, into emotions and all that. Next, I would like to invite Puan Farida, representing IKRAM, Yayasan IKRAM, to share with us also very, very interesting sharing and initiatives, what they are doing in terms of, to me, it's the foundation of putting mental health together, as in back to, as a Muslim, back to religion. And as a Muslim, we call it Akidah, like to the foundation, what Yayasan IKRAM is doing to reach out. Puan Farida, you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Elaine. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to all of you. Okay, and very good morning. Okay, I'm Farida Jamaludin from Yayasan IKRAM. Okay, maybe my presentation dalam 10 minit, 50 minutes, okay kah? Very short, okay.
Boleh.
Because all this is bidang terjun punya slides. Okay, maybe this morning I will talk on a very specific project on Yayasan IKRAM. Okay, actually there's a lot. There's a lot. Okay, then but on property matters, I think I will share about Yayasan Ikram project Street Ngaji and also education program. Okay, maybe biasa dengar Street Ngaji. Okay, Street Ngaji ni is on homeless people lah. Okay, homeless people, which is Street Ngaji is a collective effort among all volunteers. Kita ada volunteers from student IPT, okay, IPT students. So they helping our friends in the homeless friends, okay, Jalan Tar. Okay, then what we have there is okay, very good. Yeah, we have there for classes. Okay, motivational counselling and everything lah for our friends there, the Jalan Tar. Because now if we can see how the crisis of COVID-19, okay, this pandemic very negatively have the impact, okay, for the low income urban families in Kuala Lumpur. Then if we can see the statistics, okay, the number, I mean the percentage of people having the very low income increase, okay, from, so you can see that in the slide. So I think this is what make Yayasan Ikram and me as personally, okay, we double our effort, okay, to help the people. Okay, we double our effort, yeah, to help the people in needs, okay, of the B40s. So this is the photo of the people on the street lah.
See all the happy faces.
They have, yeah, when we have class, they're very happy because you see they're really on the street, on the betul atas jalan, you know, having classes there. Okay, after that they have some makanan, food that maybe some of you also contribute to them. Jadi no, see, they are very happy because somebody care about them. Okay.
I believe these pictures are very, very heartwarming to see, you know, even the children, you know, from all ages. So I suppose this one is after one of the so-called the ngaji, street ngaji punya.
Street ngaji in the class tuition, yeah. Not only ngaji, also we do some academic classes, yeah, tuition for the, you know, sometimes the children, they don't go to school. Okay, maybe at 8 or 9 they not even go to school. So we just teach them all the, you know, membaca, you know, until we register them to enroll to our formal school. So we actually, what we do is we want to instill, you know, their spirit that education is very important.
Yes.
Even though they are homeless. Okay, so we have to instill that spirit of they must search for knowledge, you know, ilmu and everything.
Yes.
So
yes,
so we meet them every week.
Every week?
Yeah, every week, so that we, you know, we cannot do program touch and go, you know, we have to touch and stay, okay, touch and grow. So what we do, even though you know, we have many other things to do, okay, for the others, I mean the other kelompok community, but we have also to focus on them lah, because they are really need us. So education part, yeah.
I can see, I mean, from this picture it's so much fun, but I'm sure during the classes one, to manage like a group of people of all ages like this with children, most probably running around and wanting to, you know, express their creativity. Tell us challenges, maybe, you know, what were the challenges doing this and how did you guys manage it?
Yeah, okay, thanks for that concern really. Okay, yeah, actually memang Ikram want to raise this up lah. Okay, because when we see these people, you know, they want to learn. Okay, sometimes after we always meet them every week, they want to learn, and the numbers grow from time to time. Okay, they want to come to the classes, but no, what we have problem is tak ada tempat. Okay, ni betul-betul we can see here betul atas jalan. Okay,
kalau hujan ke tak boleh lah kan?
Okay, yeah, betul. Then what we do, we collaborate, okay, dengan Bukit Jalan Coket Center, community center there. Okay, Bukit what's that? Jalanan Coket. They have a community center. I think Datuk Munirah maybe
ada pusat pembelajaran community Coket.
Yeah, yes. Okay.
Yeah, and then those kids are also not homeless. Yeah, they are all living in rooms behind Jalan Tar. They are not homeless. Yeah.
Some of some of them are not homeless, but they are B40. Yeah, in general they are B40. Okay. Okay.
Good.
Then what we do is we try to get a proper place for them to learn. Okay. So I think I went there twice to meet with all the pelajar-pelajar there. That time was at Yayasan on building. Okay. Very crowded. Okay. Then normally when we handle classes, we need food. Okay. Then of course Cik Ngaji have to have some fun. Okay, that is our challenge lah, you know, because we meet them every week. Okay, with all the alat-alat untuk belajar, everything, you know. We have to raise some fund. Okay, so that they have proper expenditures to learn. Okay, books, yeah, plays, and volunteers also. Even though we call volunteers, but sometimes we have to provide food for them also.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. How about what other activities? Maybe you want to.
Okay, this is about all the the home. I mean the gelandangan lah. Okay, the B40. Okay, I think
Farida,
our recent
Farida, sorry, I just want to interject just now the kerja dengan gelandangan sebagainya. As we mentioned, how do you, is there any coordination with the authorities? Contoh Dewan Bandaraya,
BKL,
Jabatan Kebajikan Masyarakat, Perpaduan, they have big budgets, you know. So how,
Tak ada budget. We have never
Datuk Munirah answer for me.
anything from the
Yeah, actually
we help. Yeah,
we collaborate with that. Pertiwi, we kitchen soup, and every our NGO lah. Okay, actually about budget Tuan Jamaludin asking just now. Okay, actually we did minta lah from the BKL. According to my friend who actually the real activist of this Cik Ngaji. Okay, but she cannot manage to come today. Okay, banyak kali lah actually minta budget actually for a place at least. Okay, so that we can stress on education for them. Okay, we have proper place, then you know dia pun rasa seronok nak belajar kan. Tapi so far according to my friend kita tak dapat lagi lah. So we have to usaha sendiri, dan also about budget. Okay, just now I mentioned about the challenge of doing all these kind of things is money. Okay, so what Cik Ngaji do? Okay, education. We focus on education. Okay, we focus on self-empowerment. Okay, classes, tuition for children, motivation, counselling, because you know we made one case, anak dia dah besar kan, still ada puting dekat mulut, you know, because tak pernah pergi sekolah. Okay, then the mother dia tinggal dorang je. Okay, bila mak dia pergi, you know, work for just for some that day punya duit makan seharian. Okay, so dia akan tinggal kat rumah. Okay, mak dia, the mother, the late mother, dah meninggal lah, that lady. Okay, then we have to make a counseling session for this mother and the son, because they cannot go hidup terus menerus without education. Okay, because the son is already 8 or 9 years that time. Okay, then we did some counseling session, and after some years after that, then the mother died. Then we take care of the boy. Okay, dah masuk sekolah masa tu, then we send him to Tahfiz actually, because you know what else jadi alhamdulillah now he is I think 19 years old, a very confident boy. Okay, walaupun at first time kita jumpa dia dengan, you know, the pacifier.
And then
and the gigi pun tak boleh come out because of that pacifier. See? Okay, then we do that shows how counselling matters most lah. Okay,
okay, it's always fulfilling to see the change that we made. Next, right?
Okay, then education is this is our belief. Okay, education is the game changer in everything in our life. Okay, and other than that, okay, this is all the photos on project Cik Ngaji. Okay, there is the one the Datin mentioned just now. I mean, pembelajaran community Jalan Cokek, PK, I think PK something like that. Yeah. Okay, next slide, tak boleh cerita banyak. Okay, this is rumah ngaji also. So we always, promote free classes. Okay. Everything, kelas membaca, kelas,
Sorry.
Okay. The other one is now what IKRAM as a whole doing is also on education, which myself sendiri terlibat secara langsung. Even though this morning, just today I have one, module on impact. Okay, impact is a initiative collaborate with GBM. Okay, and also Time Foundation. Okay, what impact do? Okay, impact is short form for ibu bapa memastikan prestasi peningkatan akademik anak. Okay, we target on B40's family. Okay, all over Malaysia. Yesterday we have TOT, training of trainers. Okay, attended 80 of them. Okay, so we train IKRAM members to be trainers so that they can buat program TOT impact ni at all locality. B40 people lah, all states. Okay, ada gambar. Next one. So impact is parenting courses. Okay. So now, as I said just now pagi tadi, I think program dah habis dah, pengurusan kesihatan, family, all this program, friends, is all for B40 family. Okay, online. Now, because of pandemic, we have to make sure the knowledge must be delivered.
Correct. Right. Very good.
Okay.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah. So this is
wow.
10 module. They don't
Ramai.
have money to go. Maybe they cannot afford. Okay, to belajar. To get the very kemahiran yang sangat penting ni, impact ni, parenting program. So we sponsor duit data. We pay them for every day attendance they roll in. We pay them 10 ringgit for the data internet.
Right. So to subsidize, at least they get the data to dial in.
Yes. Then also we provide some amount to buy the keperluan asas lah, the food. Every week they come, then after they come, they enroll, then we know that they really come to the class. Then kita belilah RM30 punya keperluan asas. Then now they just ambil daripada locality diorang lah. Okay, that is the very interesting program all over Malaysia. Now we are exploring the online training. It's not easy, online training with all the games online. Alright, tapi we must do that. Make sure the education.
Betul, education cannot stop.
Stop.
Lockdown 2 years, but education, our kids are growing up.
Yeah.
Education has to continue. And that's a new norm. Kena belajar online.
Yes. It's about us. Online training.
Yes. What about this one, yang?
Yeah. This is this is the people on there. Chocolate. Okay. What we did is ni seasonal lah, not every time. We give them vouchers. Okay. Masa pandemik ni kita tak boleh jumpa kan, tak boleh deliver barang-barang keperluan atau bantuan tu. Jadi what we did is kita bagi voucher kedai tu. Okay, kita deal dengan that kedai, so they provide vouchers, then whoever ada voucher tu from IKRAM, yayasan IKRAM, then they can claim barang-barang tu, so it's safe lah. Okay, kita tak perlu turun, tapi the help still on.
Right.
Yeah.
Good. Alhamdulillah. I think
that's all.
Oh, for
Thank
now,
you.
Alhamdulillah. Let me just come back here. Right. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much, Puan Farida, for sharing with us all these very amazing initiatives, from the ngaji, street ngaji, and then down to so many online courses and all that. So kita doakan all these activities, kita terus istiqamah, and then all these activities can be carried out smoothly. Sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Technical team, maybe tolong check, because kata Datuk kata tak dengar, cannot hear. So let's continue. So we've seen actually a lot of contributions from all kind of aspects, right? From food to education to giving shelter and all that. And also a lot of life-changing experience, case studies, kisah benar that we have heard, that actually built a lot of pride and confidence as well among the community. Next, we would like to invite Cik Ahmad Hamizan from GPM, Global Peace Mission, to also share with us some highlights. I know they have a lot of activities because they cover more than 20 countries, I believe, kan, Cik Ahmad? Like lebih daripada 20 negara. So yeah, over to you. Apa yang mungkin the key initiatives and your approach? Macam mana you all tackle the situation now?
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good afternoon to all of you, especially to Tuan Jamaludin, Datuk Munirah, Puan Koh, and all of us lah. Okay, hari ni saya nak cerita tentang apa yang Global Peace Mission lakukan lah. Saya punya suara clear ke?
Very clear, very clear.
Very clear, okay. So, berkaitan tentang poverty ni, what we see is first, we need to tackle their basic needs, and then their education, their economy also, and about their spiritual. What about what we doing now is one of our project is food for the needy. So more than 500k we have distributed in Malaysia only, but for global impact we think more than 2 million ringgit. So ni ada gambar yang kita buat, kita pergi ke kampung-kampung juga. Ni tim-tim kami lah, almost every week, 3 kali lah seminggu kita akan buat, hari Selasa, Rabu dan Khamis. Dan kita hari tu kita ada buka open untuk orang untuk orang key in data untuk dia memohon bantuan. Dan sehingga hari ini kami masih lagi tidak dapat mencapai kepada semua. Sebab yang kita open for only 2 days, kita open, and then kita terkejut lah, yang memohon bantuan makanan ni saja dah 6,000 orang for 2 days only. 6,000 orang yang memohon kat Malaysia baru-baru ni lah. So kita akan cuba sedaya upaya lah untuk kita hantar. So kita juga bukan sekadar di dalam Malaysia saja, kita juga ada buat di 23 negara. Nanti saya akan go through lah. Daripada food ni, kita realise lah, kalau kita bagi sahaja makanan, seperti yang Datuk Munirah sebut, it's not a good initiative, and nanti dia akan mengharap, and then diorang boleh pilih pula tadi kan, macam boleh pilih ayam, ni ada nasi goreng, boleh pilih tak. Itulah yang apa yang berlaku di depan mata saya sendirilah bila saya turun ke lapangan. So we and our team discuss and we initiate this list initiative for Earth, di mana diorang perlu kutip sampah, and then dengan ada berapa kilo dan kiraan, kita akan convert, kita akan bagi diorang dengan hadiah makanan dan beberapa insentif lain. Diorang akan dapat point, then from that point, kalau diorang kumpul banyak, and then kita akan return in term of money lah. But with condition, the fund is for ekonomiknya. Contoh kalau diorang nak buka kedai burger ke, diorang nak buka nak beli mesin jahit ke, macam tu. So seterusnya kita juga ada buat tubeware. Until today kita ada 41 tubeware dekat Nigeria, 30 di Cox's Bazar, Cox's Bazar ni kat Bangladesh for Rohingya people, and ada 10 lagi di other country lah, seperti Uganda dan negara-negara lain. Di Kemboja juga ada.
Dah berapa lama dah this initiative ni tubeware?
Okay, tubeware ni basically more than 10 years patutnya lah. More than 10 years. Yang 41 Nigeria ni only 2020 and 2021.
Oh, dalam masa setahun?
Dalam masa setahun.
Alhamdulillah.
So ni ada program wakaf program lah.
Okay.
Sebenarnya saya pun nak cerita juga berkaitan tentang poverty ni. Bila kita cerita tentang poverty ni, macam yang kita tahu, poverty ni bukan sekadar tentang makanan juga kan. Kadang poverty ni antara kes yang kita terima ni, orang ni dia tak ada. Ni rumah dia, kalau kita tengok ni rumah dia, nama dia Encik Roslan. Encik Roslan ni dia pergi kerja hari-hari, pergi kerja dengan suami isteri ni pergi kerja, dia kurang 2 km terpaksa berjalan kaki. Hari-hari. Dia kerja tukang sapu sampah saya. Jadi kita motor yang dia ada tu rosak. Jadi kita raise fund and then alhamdulillah kita dah dapat berikan dia motor yang baru, motor yang cantik untuk dia pergi kerja sekarang. Dan hampir waktu sebenarnya dia dah nak dibuang kerja dah. Sebab dia ulang-alik jalan kaki tu disebabkan motor dia rosak, dah hampir 2 bulan dia tak ada motor. Jalan kaki, sakit badan, sakit bakar, umur dah 50 lebih. So kita belikan dia motor. Alhamdulillah hari ni nasib baik dia punya kerja dia tak dibuang lah.
Ya.
So
hari-hari it's something that memang sesuatu yang memang dia perlukan daily basis untuk nak cari nafkah kan.
Betul.
Yes.
Kalau kita tengok rumah dia pun, tengok rumah dia dia ada papan tasyengo tu, dia lekat sebagai dinding.
Oh itu as a base lah, as a dinding.
Betul. Dia buat. So jadi kita juga buat shelter, kita reboot balik rumah-rumah. And ini gambar semalam di mana kita ada perjumpaan juga dengan majlis pejabat ukur dan tanah untuk kita minta kepada untuk bina balik rumah kat sini lah. Dan juga kita ada beberapa tempat lain, negeri-negeri lain yang kita buat juga di dalam Malaysia. The best thing is for me, bila kita turun ke lapangan, we go into the ground, kita tengok kita hantar satu-satu. Kita di GPM ni kita boleh buat kerja senang dan kita boleh buat kerja susah. Kerja senang mungkin kita boleh pilih PBR saja. Kita hantar 100 box, kita hantar 300 box kan. Dan kita heboh kat dalam social media kita dah bagi 300 kan. Tapi itu bukanlah jalan yang kita nak. Kita tahu lebih ramai orang yang susah juga di kampung-kampung, di ceruk-ceruk, di ladang-ladang. Inilah keadaan sebenarnya. Kita pergi satu ke satu rumah.
Betul. Bila turun padang, bila turun padang you're on the ground itself, boleh nampak sebenarnya apa yang betul-betul diperlukan.
Betul. Kadang-kadang kita pun for me lah, me myself, kita bukan nak kejar numbers, tapi kita nak kejar impact.
Masya-Allah. Betul. It's the impact. Bukan setakat just bagi bulk macam tu bagi.
Betul. Okay. And then we also have school. We have our own school for Syrian refugees. So for this year, 3 of them have IGCSE exam. So kalau kita tengok dia punya result tu 5A plus, 1A. So ni benda-benda yang kita rasa bersyukur lah. Sebab we believe only education can get them out from the poverty and raise their country again. So ini antara kita ada sekolah. Until now we have around 100 students. So
100 students. Oh,
100
100 students under this program lah.
Yes. And then apa yang kami selalu pesan kat diri kami juga dan kepada orang yang kita memberi bantuan ni juga, kita selalu kata ini skrip lah yang kita orang akan selalu guna. Kami daripada GMM, NGO ni sebagai wakil saja. Ni rezeki daripada Tuhan, daripada penyumbang orang bagi. Jadi dah dapat ni kita kena bersyukur. Jadi kita selalu solat bersama-sama. Dan alhamdulillah ini salah satu cerita yang saya nak cerita sebenarnya. Anak-anak ni dan keluarga ni sebelum ni jarang solat. Jadi bila kita pesan je, kita tak pernah kata kena solat tak. Kita tak akan kata orang kena solat tak. Kita just cakap saja. Alhamdulillah until now every day dia doakan, kadang-kadang abang ni akan bagi tahu saya ni kita orang tengah solat, kita baru lepas solat, dia belajar mengaji semua. So amazing things lah pada saya.
Alhamdulillah. Keep in touch lah, memang masa keep in touch, ada update dengan dia orang. That's very good. Ya, bukan setakat just sekali, lepas tu tak tahu what happen.
Betul. So ini sebahagian daripada apa yang GPM lakukan dan banyak lagi lah kami kena belajar. GPM this year we celebrate our 20 years establishment.
Masya Allah, 20 years.
But the eldest one in our team is 34 years old, which is our CEO lah. Itu yang paling berusia lah, paling tua tu CEO kami lah.
Dia tak kira umur nah. The learning is non-limit, no limit, no boundaries.
Betul.
Age is not a matter.
Okay. Itu sajalah daripada GPM.
Okay. Alright. Thank you so much. Terima kasih, Cik Ahmad Hamizan. Alright. Masya Allah. There's so many. I'm overwhelmed. I'm overwhelmed with so many things. Honestly, there's a lot of things happening. I mean, a lot of good activities and all that. And, you know, only when I listen to you guys and then looking at these photos, I realized that, you know, there are so many things, so many good people around and doing so many things every day, almost on every day's basis. Now, yeah, so have we covered everyone? Yeah, we also have a very special guest here with us this morning, Tuan Haji Fuad. Tuan Haji Fuad ada kat sana? Maybe we would like, can I invite Tuan Haji, boleh tak jemput Tuan Haji Fuad untuk mungkin nak share some comment? Ada tak kat situ? Tuan Haji Fuad.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Sekejap tengok buka kamera.
Okay.
Okay, ada. Alright. Okay. Assalamualaikum Tuan.
Waalaikumsalam. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you for inviting lah. First of all, thank you to the moderator and also Tuan Haji Jamaludin for asking me to view this, join this group, listen to this morning's session. Apa khabar Tuan Haji? Okay. All right. You want me to start my thoughts or something like that? Or?
Yeah, you hear us in story from the beginning tadi tak perasan pula Tuan Haji ada online. So Tuan Haji sempat ke tadi join kita tengok all the sharing daripada all the panelists pagi ni? Mungkin nak tambah ke apa-apa pandangan, komen, bagi kata-kata semangat.
Bila I dapat poster daripada Tuan Haji Jamal regarding the poverty matters ni, first thing my mind came to my mind was the thoughts on Professor Muhammad Yunus. Yeah, he's from Bangladesh and he's the one started off the Grameen Bank, the village bank, right? So that was actually I had a very fortunate to listen to his talk back in 2016 at the Panko Dialogue, yeah, and what I heard from him is that one of he tackled basically on poverty. He tackled the hygienic factors, yeah, and then just to see how it's being implemented by him. He won the Nobel Peace Prize back in 2006, yeah, for his contribution to create a social and economic development for the people, for the poor, and so he tackled basically the poorest of the poor in Bangladesh, right? So what he did was he tried to get he's a social entrepreneur, try to develop so that the poor boleh be on their own, you know, survive on their own. So one of the things that I want to share is just a small thing whereby he only started off by giving $30 to a family, right? And then from there they will try to create their own small businesses, right? So like buat macam pottery ke, jahit ke apa kan, for them to be self-sustained. So what happened was he given those requirements, and then the poor can somehow they started the business, and whenever it's a free loan, it's just a money they give him. But then if they make money, they can return the money back so that he can pass the money to another family, right? So that kind of initiative that he has. So because of that, then the next thing happened was that business is on, and then he saw that the need for health. So he created the clinics, health clinics where they pay about, he mentioned in the Panko Dialogue punya talk tu, I think $1 per year, right? Wow. Kind of a clinic punya facilities, yeah. So and then after that, what happened was he realized that the family had the business, and then they had a clinic to support the hygiene, one of the health issues. And then the next thing he was looking at is anak-anak apa ni, the orang yang miskin tu, what do they do? They lepak-lepak, you know, they start to, you know, not doing anything. So what happened was he said that we need to make sure that these kids do something lah. So one of the things happened is that he started to give free handphone to the family for them to start the business, open up the business so that they can mengembangkan lagi lah business dia. So not just local but beyond that. So because of that, you know, education comes in, so all that. So that's how they created that kind of helping the poor, the extreme poor. So I think that's something yang kalau tengok macam sini, what the Datuk and Tzuchi has been doing, and also GPM semua, and also Encik Niza, kasih for you. And then what happened is I see that that one actually you're feeding them lah, kan? But now what we need to do is to look at how we can get them to start their own business, you know, even with a small sum of money. I know that micro credit kat Malaysia ni, I don't know how you can do it lah. I don't know whether it can be successful or not, right? But one thing very important is the commitment by the people who receive that money lah, you know, for them to start a business. I was told yesterday when I talked to one of my staff, dia kata some of my friends yang minta small money macam sekarang ni kan, dia ada macam duit for apa, some grant ke apa ke, loan ke apa kan, but it's not that easy. It's not that easy to get. But for Grameen Bank, they just give like that je. Make sure that you guys survive first. Let them see how they grow from there. So I think there's something yang we need to look at here as well, you know, apart from giving makan semua ni, right? We need to also look at how we can get them to start their own things, right? So I don't know if it is possible or not here, but it's and then Yunus Center for Social Business actually ada dekat UKM. They have a UKM, ada satu center situ under Muhammad Yunus ni. So something that somebody can approach them and see what they can do in terms of on that initiative, to get them to be self-reliant, you know. So I think that's something yang worthwhile to look at lah. I think so in going forward. Right?
Thank you so much. Yeah, mashallah. Yeah, I agree with you, Tuan. It's nothing is too small. If you look at all the presentations and the sharing tadi, nothing is too small. Yes, of course, we have some maybe bigger scales because over the years they're built up. Kan? Yeah. But nothing is too small. I think we can donate, we can kind of contribute in many ways. Kalau yang ada duit, dia boleh donate. Yang tak ada duit, dia boleh involve dengan cara-cara lain juga.
And another thing is during the 2016 Pangkor Dialogue tu, MB of Perak at that time was Datuk Sri Zamri Abdul Kadir, kan? Yes. Right? So he made macam a commitment that they want to eradicate poverty in Perak, but they start off with Ipoh City, Bandaraya Ipoh. So that was in 2016, but I don't know what's the progress until today lah. Right. But there was he has a good intention to use Yunus Center ni to help to eradicate the poor on the street like that lah. In Ipoh.
I think the essence of what Haji Fuad is mentioning, I think, and other members of the dialogue today have mentioned, is actually it's important to teach people how to fish.
Right. Yes, correct. Not just giving a fish.
I think not just giving the fish continuously. I think that is the bottom line.
Yes.
And I think in Malaysia, if I'm not wrong, taking the leaf out of the Grameen Bank case, we have Yayasan Ikhtiar Malaysia ni, YEM, bukan Yayasan Ikram Malaysia, tapi Yayasan Ikhtiar Malaysia kan, that gives out this small microcredit for entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs to create business. I think if anyone is aware of it, mungkin Cik Niza tahu kan, Cik Niza, about Yayasan Ikram ni, please. If you have
thank you, Tuan Haji. Actually, I was also at the Pangkor Dialogue in 2016. As a matter of fact, we met and got the autograph of Dr. Yunus on his book. Alhamdulillah. And yes, we're talking about social enterprise. And that is what Kasih for You is also trying to do. However, we are not in communication with all the Ikhtiar and all the other big groups. because at this stage, what we find out is many of those who ask us to help them financially actually have no intention of paying back. They just don't have it, they don't have like, okay, and some of them that took loans from us up to 500 or even 1,000, we don't see them anymore. So the mentality that we have to come up with, right now we are holding hands with one single mother to start a small business so that within 3 months she can be on her own and we can move on to other households. But alhamdulillah, people come to us and we assess their situation and we try to help them. Yes, taking a leaf out of the Grameen Bank and Dr. Yunus' initiative, the whole model is a beautiful model actually.
Cik Niza, I think just a very quick, what I remember from reading and studying about Grameen Bank, in order to prevent these small bad loans, what he has done, he's created groups, groups, 10 groups, and they are actually in charge to ensure that everybody keeps to their word. So we are actually empowering them. So if one of them goes faulty ataupun does not pay the loan, the other pressuring him. That is the model. I think the essence of Grameen Bank's initial initial setup again. I remember reading his so that may be one strategy to resolve this issue on payment.
Thank you. We're also trying to feel our way a little bit. Also, what's best for the community that we are serving right now. But alhamdulillah, inshallah, we will look into all these possibilities.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, likewise, we are also exploring that. We've been doing that for a while, but it hasn't really emerged as being anything close to Grameen Bank, but we have not given up. We're still exploring.
Maybe you can pool the resources together again, and then start doing some online, what do you call that? Yang kutip duit dia apa online apa tu? Crowdfunding. Because most of the things myself, my family, my friends, they have some money, they don't know where to put the money really. So at the end of the day, bagi pada zakat, bagi zakat, it goes around, and then very little comes out to us, NGOs. We ask for them, they give $1, $2, ya Allah, how do they work?
That's really a good idea, crowdfunding. I think, people are ready. Honestly, in terms of, expenses, yes, we have some people who are really struggling, but we do have a lot of people who are actually, because sekarang tak travel kan, bila tak travel, raya pun tak buat open house, actually the budget is there. So they're ready to donate, but how and where? So it's about us reaching out and telling, hey, I'm here and we need, and show some of those heartwarming photos. Like macam Madam Ko tadi tunjuk those pictures and all that. I'm sure there will be a lot of people who are actually, be triggered to say that, hey.
But you have to be careful of that as well, because we've got, like Madam Ko, whatever, we've got families like that with many in the family who are OKU. Right. And I did not want to share with you because sometimes it's so sad,
Correct.
Too sad to share. But there are sometimes in one family 3-4 orang OKU, and not just OKU like that, budak-budak kecil semua tak boleh jalan and all that, So it's that. So when you want to help them and you want to do some of this, macam kalau dewan meniaga, like Cik Niza kata, so you keep helping them, you try, and then kadang-kadang nampak dia dah naik, jatuh balik, and then they disappear, they go to another NGO, and it's the same story. So it's a matter of also changing their mindset, to understand this model. Is at the same time you can educate. It's not just setting up the Grameen Bank model. You have to do a lot more things. So which is why we are exploring now with a few other partners, and forget about the government and all that. It is about NGOs and the corporate sector and all that, trying to come together. Tengok apa yang kita boleh buat. You go and crowdfund. You give. And then you give, where is it going to go to? One time, 2 times, 3 times, no, it's not going to solve the problem. It is more complicated than that.
Right. Thank you so much, Datuk Munirah, for that highlights. Just before we come to conclusion, I just noticed that we have Cik Nasaruddin from GPM. and also
Notion, anything to say? Yeah.
Puan Notion as well. Yeah, maybe say a few words before we come to the ending. Yeah.
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you. This is a very productive session, and I'm sure it will clarify many things in the the minds of many people, because when we tell them we need funds, they don't really understand what goes on. They don't understand our struggle, and they don't even understand there's so much work and so much effort and dedication from especially volunteers who are doing this all year round and for the past 10 years, 20 years. I know many people who are doing this, and I really admire them. But if they don't have their own source of income, actually they cannot even do this work. So we really need the support of the public, and we need to educate the public. The public needs to know. I think this is my point.
Correct, very important. I wouldn't give up, Datuk Munirah, on the government, lembaga zakat. They have so much money. We have to, go and plead and plead and plead. Yeah? So for me, I've been doing pleading. Yeah? I was a CEO of international joint venture of one of the biggest GLC, but now I'm begging, minta. But I'm proud of it because I'm doing it for somebody else. Yeah?
I stopped begging. I don't ask anymore. Because they are slow.
Literally, Notion, if you don't know, I mean, letters, pleading, sending a matter, and then a small amount of money comes in there. Very small.
Pathetic. It's very.
I'm not going to mention which majlis, they collect 750 million a year. They give ACCIN 10,000 a year, ringgit. What can we do with 10,000 as a national coalition, for example? Kan? So I rest my case lah. Yeah? But I want to, kalau boleh just Elaine, to ask Rafida, who has been doing a lot of job with welfare work within the Orang Asli community. Puan Rafida, any comments, please?
Assalamualaikum. No, there's no, as for Orang Asli, there's no different. It's still the same thing back to, poverty, education, same thing what Dr. Munirah said, how do we empower them, how do we uplift them, how do we develop them. Cerita sama, tak kira bangsa apa, agama apa, what ethnic or what tribe or what kind, is the same thing. So I'm learning through this also, and thank you, alhamdulillah, from everybody. And inshallah we work together.
Project di sekolah tu, a quick one.
Yes, we doing this capacity building project, pembangunan insan amongst the Orang Asli of these school children, 12 years below. Inshallah with PKP we have to tunda. Inshallah in October or later in the year we can start off, is to get them to go to school. Masalahnya the one nak stay in school tu susah, and the problem now is like, mungkin we can keep them until the standard 6. Masuk form 1, form 2, drop out. Issue ialah duit satu isu, dia kena jaga adik-beradik ke mak bapak tak pasal cari duit, and then all kinds of stories. So we're trying to instill in these young children education, biarlah at least sampai SPM lah kan, there's something kan, and also to teach them ilmu comes in many forms, not just academic, there's vocational skills and whatnot. So inshallah, we under PIM and ACCIN, we are doing that. Inshallah, that's all. Thank you.
Malaysia, PIM, yes. Okay.
Right. Well, I think it's been it's really good to everyone. I can feel the passion, and yes, despite a lot of struggle or challenges, but can see everyone is very committed. The commitment keep going, and nothing is too small. It's just about consistently deliver our best and reaching out. And it's not about quantity, but it's about the impact. So that's some of my takeaway for this morning. I wonder, anyone else, maybe some last minute thoughts, maybe says like one minute from everyone just before we wrap up.
Any questions, Kamil, from the Facebook? Any questions?
Cik Nasaruddin. Oh, I'm so sorry, Cik Nasaruddin from GPM. Are you here? Boleh saya jemput Cik Nasaruddin, GPM? Mungkin a few words.
Elaine, also the questions from the FB, kalau ada.
Kalau ada. Cik Nasaruddin ada situ?
Dia mungkin dia dengar saja sebab dia tengah sibuk, tim kami nak siap untuk ke Yean.
Right. Okay. No problem. All right. While I'm scrolling Facebook, if there's any questions, maybe we'll just go one round. Datuk Munirah, anything you want to add on, Datuk?
For our ongoing work, all of us, we must try to understand the target group that we are helping, and then we must know that there are also other people doing the same thing. So sama-sama lah kita tengok supaya we are not duplicating, and we're trying to push the boundaries to help and do more effective intervention programs. Thank you.
Alhamdulillah. Thank you very
Alhamdulillah.
much. What about Yean Ping, Madam Yean Ping? Madam Yean Ping? Yeah.
Okay, great sharing from all. Thank you very much for all the great work you have done. I'm very touching. I think satu Malaysia bukan satu slogan, it is an action. Itu adalah aksi. So then you can see tak kira bangsa, tak kira agama, so then even tak kira negara. So then we stand together, especially this COVID-19 pandemic. So we strive together, kita mengharungi bersama. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kan Eun. Alhamdulillah, thank you very much. And yeah, what about Cik Niza? Cik Niza, what project for you?
Okay, Project Kasih for You is actually very privileged to be invited for this talk. We really appreciate this invitation. And again, I feel that there's so much to do. There's so much to do. One person or one group cannot do it by itself. We have a plan for the next 15 years, but we are moving one half a step at a time, you know. And inshallah, with the dua and of everybody, you know, we hope to achieve all of this as time goes by. There's so much to do. You look to the left, there's something to do. You look to the left, again, there's more things to do, you know.
Yes.
So that's what it is. You know, we cannot stop. We cannot stop. Inshallah.
Right. Thank you very much. Yeah. Puan Farida. Yeah.
Okay, saya nak cadang Kak Ul suggest if ACCIN kita boleh buat tabung. Okay, because bila Ikram kita go to the ground dengan B40. Okay, B40 yang kita tahu dia ni very low education. Okay, they cannot not have a very good job. Dia berniaga. Okay, what we find out is dia orang tak ada modal, okay, and also skill. Okay, jadi what we did now, still kita nak start a new project lah. Okay, bantu B40 berniaga so that they can, okay, bantuan kewangan, let's say they have already the business, small business, bawah flat berniaga, then kita ajar dia how to market, you know, using now rider, you know, tak boleh jual dah sebab pandemic. So they use Foodpanda, everything sebab tu. Jadi there is one, kita bagi modal, expand the business, bagi dia peralatan, kalau dia canai tu bila dia besarkan, then can bagi peluang perniagaan pada orang lain di flat tu. That is the concept. Tapi they cannot mohon daripada all these big money provider kan, sebab ada birokrasi tu. Jadi I think if we can have our own tabung, okay, NGO punya tabung together, ACCIN Ikram, all our NGO under ACCIN ni, okay, maybe kita boleh angkat, okay, don't give them fish, but bagi dia joran.
Alhamdulillah.
Okay, itu saja. Terima kasih. Terima kasih jemput Ikram. Thank you.
Terima kasih. Alhamdulillah. Okay, next, last but not least, Cik Ahmad atau Cik Nasaruddin daripada GPM.
Hamizan.
Okay, baik. Bismillah, daripada GPM kita ucapkan terima kasih lah atas jemputan untuk bersama-sama dalam diskusi yang sangat sihat dan sangat interaktif ni lah. Pada saya sendirilah, kita nak didik juga kepada komuniti kita ni bahwasanya poverty ni bukanlah satu kegagalan dalam kehidupan, tapi dia mungkin satu proses untuk kita bangkit semula. Kita poverty ni kita tidak boleh pandang ia satu kerendahan, tapi kita nampak dia ada satu roda kehidupan untuk kita bangkit bersama. Itu pada pandangan saya yang mungkin juga mewakili GPM.
Alhamdulillah.
Fantastic. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, thank you much. So, Haji Jamal, anything to top up, add on?
Saya rasa saya terharu sangatlah mendengar ni. Sebab saya pun tak adalah sangat pada on the ground, but we have been involved in some of the programs. I think my whole idea ACCIN ialah membawa semua pelaku ataupun orang yang involved ni together, so that kita, we can see how we can synergize kan, in certain projects that need synergy. I think kalau boleh, you can do your own functions, tapi certain things we can synergize. Kita fikir macam mana, mungkin we suggest some of our organisation mungkin dah ada juga for macam Palestine ni ada kan, among the NGOs to help Palestine. Tapi di negara sendiri ni kita, what I can suggest is we should have one kind of a coordination lah, gabungan yang bercakap, berjumpa katalah tiap-tiap 3 bulan sekali kan, to exchange ideas, and daripada sana mungkin bercambah berapa program bersama yang boleh memberikan sinergi, terpulang pada the level of comfort that we have. So I think the lead should come from those who are on the ground lah, Pertiwi ke, Kasih for You, GPM, ada Ikram, Yayasan Ikram dan sebagainya, yang boleh berperanan untuk kita lebih efektif lah. The whole idea is smart partnership and synergy between these groups, insyaAllah. So I'm very honoured to have all the distinguished members of panel on the discussion today. Dan insyaAllah kita akan cuba lakarkan sesuatu lah dalam masa-masa akan datang, bagaimana kita nak move forward ke depan dalam membantu di local Malaysia. So when the COVID happened, I sent a message to one of the humanitarian group. I kata, can you help? The message was, no, we are concerned with Palestine and Syria lah. So my answer to the person was, Malaysia has been helping others for so long. Now Malaysia needs help. So lepas tu adalah satu perkembangan positif daripada that statement. Malaysia needs help, and we need to do something positive, insyaAllah. So jazakallah khair. Thank you, Tzuchi, for your support and your inspiration from our experience. And I invite all to the fundraising concert, insyaAllah, September 11, 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. insyaAllah. So Elaine, thank you very much for your professional moderation. Thank you very much.
Small contribution. Thank you very much, Haji Jamal. So, mashallah. Thank you everyone. On behalf of ACCIN, I would like to thank all the panelists, all the sharers this morning for your effort, put together all the slides, the photos, and importantly, on a Sunday morning, your time, put together for all of us to actually have this very good discussion. We pray to God, mashallah, we pray to God, inshallah, all of us, all of you who are out there being a frontliner, supporter, you and your team, your family and friends are all well, stay safe. May Allah bless all of us, mashallah. So I think that's all for this morning, and inshallah, if we can have further discussion in the next session, why not? We will update if there is more discussion like this. Inshallah. Right, thank you very much. And last but not least, jom kongsi pahala. We would like to invite everyone to have a look at ACCIN's Jom Kongsi Pahala video, and let's viral and help each other to promote all our programs, inshallah. Thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Vanita Imran.
I'm Shukri Tahir.
I'm Nina Nadira.
I'm Fatih Shafi'i.
I'm Rizwan Matno.
My name is Hanura Akbar.
I'm Akasha Azri, and I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
And I support ACCIN.
Ever since the pandemic took over, the COVID-19 public health measures and lockdowns most negatively affect those who are socio-economically disadvantaged.
The pandemic has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health and the world of work.
The pandemic has been affecting the entire food system and has laid bare its fragility. It has decimated jobs and placed livelihoods at risk. Only together can we overcome the intertwined health, social, and economic impacts of the pandemic.
Now is a time for national solidarity and support from all of us.
The Allied Coordinating Committee of Islamic NGOs, or through its customary acronym ACCIN, a non-government organization establishment, have given us the chance in helping the unfortunate individuals in Malaysia and to improve their unfortunate state.
Since 2001, over 20 Islamic NGOs have joined ACCIN over the years and now are recognized as main members of this movement.
With this, ACCIN have come forward with a special attempt in assisting and improving those in need in the shape of the project, Jom Kongsi Pahala. In this effort, religious leaders, activists, and academicians have joined forces in terms of knowledge, expertise, and capability in achieving a society that revolves around muhibah.
Through Jom Kongsi Pahala that we kick off this July, ACCIN is encouraging the nation that the time has come to lend a helping hand in aiding the groups that are marginalized or rather ignored in terms of education, welfare, and continuous community development.
Let us aspire together to try and make Malaysia whole again. We urge you to make the most of this opportunity, as we all would need each other to survive through this long haul of misfortunes that has since stifled our ways of life in so many ways.
You can help by donating just RM1 for the Jom Kongsi Pahala project.
RM1.
RM1.
Only RM1.
This effort will give us the opportunity to change not only Muslim life, but the life of our brothers and sisters from various backgrounds for the better.
Jom Kongsi Pahala.
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 Jom Kongsi Pahala.